step it up a decade and move on to the 80s, when heavier genres began to conquer the music world. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hard rock and heavy metal songs of the 1980s. For our series on the top 10 decade-defining hard rock and heavy metal songs per decade, we've based our choices on a mix of a track's success, popularity, and their ability to represent the decade in question. We're limiting it to one song per artist per decade, but you still might see some overlapping of artists over the decades.
You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby!
This is part of a series of videos spanning hard rock and heavy metal music from the 1970s to the 2000s. With that said, get ready to jam on with the grandfathers of rock and metal. Number 10, Dr. Feelgood, Mötley Crüe. We start off our list with the Hellraisers of hard rock. Dr. Feelgood wasn't only a kick-ass album that managed to push the band from their glam rock roots into the mainstream, it also managed to smash charts in the US and the UK.
He's the one that called Dr. Feelgood. He's the one that makes you feel alright. He's the one that called Dr. Feelgood. He's gonna be your Frankenstein.
While it may have been their last album until the late 90s with frontman Vince Neil at the helm, it was also the beginning of Mötley Crüe's descent into the heavier side of rock.
He's the only one that called Feelgood.
And its title track was at the forefront of it all, becoming the band's first US top 10 and a gold certified single.
I got one thing you'll understand. He's not what you call a glamour man.
Number 9, You Shook Me All Night Long, AC/DC. AC/DC's legendary album Back in Black produced a whole roster of incredible songs, and our pick goes to this one.
She was a fast machine, she cocked the motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen.
The memorable You Shook Me All Night Long benefited from the vocal talents of then new frontman Brian Johnson.
We were thinking of you. Shook me all night long.
With a chorus that even casual fans will recognize.
Shook me all night long.
This is a landmark hard rock track that didn't only make AC/DC a worldwide phenomenon, but is also a band live staple and a top 40 Hot 100 single.
Oh, you took me.
Number 8, Ace of Spades, Motorhead. You can't think of Motorhead without thinking of this song.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me.
With Lemmy's signature gravelly vocals and a speedy style of guitar play, you get a recipe for a classic rock tune with a metal twist.
Double up or quit, double strike or split. The ace of spades, the ace of spades.
This heavy combination ensures that Ace of Spades is a simple yet effective anthem, and that it will go down in music history as one of the greats of heavy metal. Number 7, Jump, Van Halen. Here's another song that managed to propel its band into mainstream success.
I get up, and nothing gets me down.
Breaking free of their glam metal roots, Van Halen pulled out all the stops with this track off their 6th studio effort.
I eat the worst that you've seen. Can't you see what I mean? Might as well jump, jump.
exceptional guitar and keyboard performances, along with David Lee Roth's infectiously happy vocals, Jump became their first and only single to top the Billboard Hot 100.
Jump!
And proved that these guys were here to stay. Number 6. Photograph, Def Leppard. This song comes straight out of the band's highly successful third album, Pyromania.
I'm out of love, got a photograph, picture of.
While many fans and critics consider their next album, Hysteria, and the single Pour Some Sugar on Me as classic Def Leppard, this precursor and its lead single stand on their own as examples of decade-defining music of the 80s. Reaching the top 20 on the Hot 100, Photograph perfectly blended hard rock and heavy metal, and has been covered by multiple artists since its release.
I wanna touch you.
Number 5. Peace Sells, Megadeth. A landmark in heavy and speed metal, this song helped propel Megadeth from Dave Mustaine's dream project into a reality. Especially since it was released following their signing to a major label record deal. Able to hold its own against the most renowned thrash metal tracks, Peace Sells is regarded as a classic of the genre. The opening bass line, along with the sharp vocals, are all you need to hear before the song takes hold. Number 4. Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
This song took the hard rock and heavy metal worlds by storm in the late 80s.
Welcome to the jungle.
The second single off their debut, Appetite for Destruction, Welcome to the Jungle introduced a fresh sound into the genres and became a Hot 100 Top 10 smash for Guns N' Roses. The raw talent of Slash's guitar solos, matched with Axl Rose's intense vocals, gave us a precise yet powerful tune that's not only a band live staple, but is consistently cited as one of rock's greatest.
You know where you are. You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Number 3. Run to the Hills, Iron Maiden.
White man came across the sea. He brought us pain and misery.
Known among rock and non-rock fans, this song is the beginning of a new era for the band.
Riding through dust clouds and barren wastes.
With the introduction of Bruce Dickinson as lead vocalist, Iron Maiden released several epic and genre-defining tracks.
Run to the hills. Run for your life.
While the number of the beast is certainly up there, it's Run to the Hills from the former's parent album that steals the spot. Thanks to its galloping bass line, classic heavy metal sound, and vivid imagery of America's violent history.
Run for your life.
Number 2, Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. While Ozzy's origins in Black Sabbath may have made him a household name, it was this single that broke him into the United States as a solo artist. Meanwhile, Randy Rhoads' main guitar riff on Crazy Train is legendary.
Crazy, but that's how it goes.
Now one of the Prince of Darkness's most popular tunes, it also became a top 10 on Billboard's Rock Tracks chart during the early 80s. And honestly, what more could you expect from the godfather of heavy metal? Keep that Crazy Train rolling, Ozzy. Before our number 1 pick takes center stage, here are a few honorable mentions.
Holy diver, you're the star of the masquerade. No need to look so afraid.
You can stand the light in the cool moonlight. I feel my heart is aching in the still of the night.
The odds are rising, your time slips away. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Number 1, Master of Puppets, Metallica. Though we considered the power ballad 1,
Darkness imprisoning me, all that I see, absolute horror.
it's this Metallica single that really changed the face of thrash metal and the band's career as we know it. With its heavy speed and heavier sound, Master of Puppets stopped fans of the genre dead in their tracks. The sharp vocals, dealing with the all-consuming nature of drugs, and its unforgettable guitar riffs all combined to deliver an 8.5-minute number that's since become a Metallica signature tune, a live concert and pop culture staple, as well as one of heavy metal's most indispensable singles. Do you agree with our list? Which hard rock or heavy metal song embodies the 80s for you? For more rockin' top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.